Hello everyone and welcome back to COS EU3. Tonight we are at Belgium and we are waiting for the drivers to get out on track. And I'm waiting for Dan. I don't know, as always. So before we start, I will show you the driver standings. Um, Dan has secured championship, so nothing to fight for in the finale. Tisk is B2. He's well clear of Alex as well. And then the fight for P3 is on with Cracky, Nisula, and Will all able to take that one. Even Charlie, and I think Dami might be able to as well. If not, Tetchi can as well. So quite a few drivers able to take P4, at least P4. P3 is out of the woods, I think. And then it's quite close in the lower field. So the much more entertaining stuff is the constructors. It's still quite close. Some places. Alpine are fighting for P5 with AlphaTauri. Aston Martin in P4 is able to fight Ferrari, but it's quite a big gap. And Ferrari might be able to fight Alfa Romeo, but it's a big gap, as well as Mercedes is quite far ahead. So getting those out of the way, we jump into the game again, as we now have drivers going on to their out laps. Alex being the first one out. So during this, he will be the first driver we will be watching, and we will go on board with Alex for his first run of tonight. So he's gonna head into the last corner now. He's gonna get the throttle down, fourth gear, full throttle into turn one. He's gonna be going down to third gear. Try and get good traction out on that curve. It's really tricky. If you mess it up, you might spin. Heading through a Rouge and Radia now, very tricky. Oh, not really tricky in these F1 cars, but you have to carry a lot of speed, and you can easily lose a bit of time if you bottom out. So finishing his sector 1 will be a 30.3, as I think he invalidated on that curve. Yes, you have. So Rapanda is on a lap. He will be going down the Campbell Straight now. So he will be heading into these fast corners. Fifth gear through here. You have to use so much of the track. He doesn't do that, but he does keep it clean, and he will go into this long right hand. It's a really tricky corner. Third gear, then fifth gear through here, and and he's run wide, so that's gonna be an invalidation for him as well. So it's quite easy to do around here. It's a minor mistake, and you are invalidating your lap. So for Crypto, he does a 30.1 in the first sector. That is the best we've seen tonight, at least for now. And he's going wide as well. So everyone I don't know who to follow now. May might just put up the track map just to help myself out. So most of the drivers on track are validated. Will isn't, and he's on a flyer. He's in the last sector. He's got a purple sector too, as he might be the only one not invalidating his lap, at least for now. So heading into Blanchimont, fully flat left-hander, easy. Not even difficult for an F1 car. Heading into this bus top chicane, braking at 100, and you have to get all of the curb on the right hand and on the left hand side, then get a good drive out of the corner and straight line it, and it's gonna be a 42.6 for Will. So, if I actually can't tell who's on a lap, Dan is finishing his first, I don't even know, practice lap I think it is. That's Griffin. He is in the Alpine, starting his lap, and that's Spudhead. I knew a Mercedes was on a lap, I just couldn't find it, and it is Spudhead. He has gone to provisional pole, and it's a 42.5, and Pipetic went in P3 with a 44.2. I'm still waiting on Dan. I don't know where he is. Am I alone for tonight? I don't think I am. He should have been invited. Should be able to join the call. Well, my bad. Wakanda Forever goes to P3 on his push lap. Rapanda on his used tires goes to a 44.1. So quite a big gap, but these two are EU4 drivers, so you don't expect to see them at the top in EU3. So Charlie on a lap. Going for Pua now. These are really tricky corners. You have to use so much of the curb. He doesn't use the curbs, but he keeps it really, really tight to the curbs, and that does work as well. So, and I can see Griffin is heading through the chicane, straight lining, and he's going full throttle, and that's gonna be his lap, and it's gonna be a 42.7 for Griffin. So P3 for him. So Charlie now heading up to the bus stop, absolutely cutting that. I don't know how that wasn't a warning, but he is gonna straight line it now, and he's gonna have to drive, and it's gonna be a 43.2 for Charlie. The Haas driver taking it to the pits. Alex is starting his lap, and I'm still missing Dan. I don't know if I'm alone tonight or what it is. But as we follow through with Alex through the Camel Straight, what is his sector 1 time gonna be? A 30.2. Not the best we've seen tonight, but it is definitely decent. So heading into sector 2, which is the most technical section of them all, as you have to really stay tight and use all of the track. So Alex is doing quite nicely. He's using the curb on the inside there. I don't know. It's not the best choice of curb to use. I don't know if he's just turning in too early. So I just noticed that Dan texted me that his headset broke. So well, Alex through the last few corners now. He will be heading, and he will be trying to improve his position. And will he improve his position? Yes, he will, but it won't be a big improvement. Well, would be because he didn't have a time set. So P6 for Alex in the AlphaTauri. He's fighting for position in the standings tonight. Crypto is gonna finish his lap now. He invalidated his first run where I was along, and he's backed out of this one. And what kind of error has been disqualified? I don't know why.
That sounds like an opportune moment. I know why.
Oh, he's here!
I'm here! I couldn't break tradition for the final time, could I? For the season, I couldn't be on time. No. Yeah, Wakanda was parked on the pit exit, waiting for someone to go through. It's really unlucky, I think, for him.
Oh, yeah, that is unfortunate.
It's a shame, but yep, he'll be doing the last to first challenge tonight.
Yep. And as soon as you just came back, Tiski is on pole once again. At least professional. Spothead is 5 thousandths behind.
Oh, it's close between those two. I need to get the maths going for the 2 championships. Let's see where we are. Of course, coming into this, the Drivers' Championship has been decided. Dan Robber 2000 is our champion for EU3. But the battle for 3rd place in the championship is really hotting up. There are technically
5 guys or something fighting for it.
Yeah, so you've got Alex Craggy, who's not here, so he's out of the fight. Nisula, who's not here, so he's out of the fight. Will, Charlie, Domi, who's not here, and Titchy. So realistically, it's going to be between Titchy, Charlie, Will, and Alex for 3rd place. Titchy is your outside bet. He has to win in order to have any chance of taking 3rd place, but he is in the hunt. Charlie is 13 points behind. Will is 10 points behind. And then Alex is currently in 3rd place, 86 points on the board.
Oh. And that's an invalidation for Panda on his 2nd try. We've seen like, I think I started out with like jinxing 4 guys or something, where they're all just invalidated. The most stupid turns.
Oh, commentator's curse. We'd love to see it. Moving on to the Constructors' Championship then, while I see Red Panda come back into the pits. It's a 2-horse race now, Ferrari dropping out of it last time out in Qatar. So it's between Mercedes and Alfa Romeo. There is 26 points separating them, Mercedes in the lead. And there are 44 points available tonight as a maximum. So, just to save you from doing the maths, if Mercedes score 18 points, no, 19 points actually. Mercedes need 19 points to guarantee themselves the championship. Alfa Romeo need to score 26 without reply from Mercedes, and then they'll win it. As it stands right now, if they've got 26 points, they'd win it on the number of 2nd places.
That is really close.
Yeah. And there's only 1 in it, so still very, very much up for grabs. Both teams still in the hunt. I'll be doing my best to do some quick maths as we're going round. Not my strong suit, so you'll have to bear with me.
Spothead is in the gravel, and that's gonna be his qualifying over, I think, because he does not have fuel enough to go around again.
Ooh, we have 3 minutes to go. He might just, if he can get himself back to the pits, he might just make it round, but he's going to have to push.
Yeah, he definitely won't make it round. He's still got 1 minute left on track before he can make it to the pits. That's very unfortunate. Charlie is 2 tenths up, heading into the last turn. So he will try and improve his position, and it will be flat out up to the line. It's gonna be P3 for Charlie with a 42.5.
Excellent. The top three there separated by just over half a tenth of a second. 52 thousandths of a second between them. And we've still got a couple of other drivers on laps now. So Tiski just starting his lap, I think, right behind Charlie.
Yes. And he's going in 7th gear for a return ready one. That's ooh, and Crypto goes to provisional with a 42.3.
Oh, nice.
He wasn't
Red
even
Bull
on my
yeah. He wasn't on the radar, was he? Spud has retired. He's not going to try and make it out again. I thought maybe could have gone and given his teammate a bit of a tow, but
yeah, that's
get him up there, but not to be from Spud.
So just heading for Kua now. Such a tricky turn. It's really, you have to really maximize everything in that turn. Then heading through these corners, you have to absolutely utilize the curves, but they don't do that here. Maybe it might be because it unsettles the car a bit if you do it incorrectly.
Yeah. Where was he going through there? Was it Fanya after Poor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can attack the left-hand curve, but not the right. It's weird. I think if you touch the right curve, because it's such a weird curve, it just sort of kicks the back end out. Whereas the one when you turn into the left, you can really attack it. Tiski then through the bus stop chicane, drives for the line, and his chance at pole.
And he's not got it.
Oh!
20 thousandths between Crypto and Tiski. That's incredible.
So close.
But Will has just started his lap and he's not slowing down. So he will try his best to knock that Red Bull off the provisional pole position. And Griffin will as well. I think he's just started his lap or he's mid-lap. I'm a bit unsure.
Jump across and have a look, see what we can find. Griffin is... he's pushing hard, 2 tenths up through the middle sector. We've got a Red Bull stopped down at... bottom of the circuit there.
Yeah, I think that's Crypto. I think he's run out of fuel, so he's in low fuel mode. And Will is going really wide.
Griffin up to third.
And that's a good improvement for Griffin. It's really close up in the front. And it's a purple sector too for Will. It's 2.5 tenths up. So will he improve coming down to this bus stop chicane? That is the question. You can easily find a few tenths there if you just completely nail it. So let's see.
I'm sticking on board with Dan at the moment, our championship winner. Currently in 14th place, teammate in 4th place.
And he just takes it.
Top quality, 42.331, 0.003 of a second.
That is insane margins. Alex has invalidated, and Dan is purple sector 2.
2.7 seconds up. Of course, his previous time is not really competitive.
That is on high fuel.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what time he saves through the final sector, because it's all flat out, so...
Yeah, it's all about this turn. And your wings. Ooh, big snap of oversteer.
Yeah.
That's gonna destroy his chance of that pole.
Mercedes taking up row 3, menacing there. Doing enough though at the moment.
Definitely doing enough.
Yeah, and Tiski will be hoping that he can get himself ahead of Will and Crypto. And he'll be wanting Pipe Tech to do a little bit more as well.
Yeah, he definitely will. But Will, what a... I mean, those margins between the top 3 is just unheard of.
Oh, yeah, with the longest track on the calendar as well. and
Yeah.
one of the longest laps as well. To have that be the gap after all that time,
The
all
same
that
with
distance, is
P4 and
nuts.
P6. Just P7 as well. It's
Yeah.
insane margins between the drivers here. I think we might see quite a big train here tonight.
Mm. Certainly was the case last night. There was a train for the majority. And it was more around drivers who maybe weren't, well, their setup was quick in a straight line, but not so much in the corners.
Yeah, that's the thing around here. You might sacrifice corner speed for straight line speed because you have two massive straights.
Hmm. Yeah. And the thing is that those who can manage that and keep themselves in, say, second place or further back, as long as they're within DRS range, can afford to compromise and go for more in the middle sector, which will save the tyres, obviously. They won't be as quick in a straight line, but they'll be able to attack later on.
Yeah, and Taiwan is quite high here because it's such a long track.
Mm.
So it's quite a tricky one.
It'd be interesting to see what strategy everyone has gone for. Of course, no formation lap for the final round. So we'll have to do it on the fly after we get through the initial action.
Yes. And I don't know. I don't know what they did last night. I think there was a few safety cars. If I'm
There was, yeah, I think we had 3 full and 2 VSC last night. All of them, to be fair, were justified, but I'll let you do your thing.
yes. So we have fire lights on, and we will be going just a second or two, and we will wait for the cars to go, and it is gone, and Will is getting a good start, and he will go leading into turn one, and Crypto will go behind, and there's a Mercedes on the inside that spot, and that's gonna create a gap for Will ahead, and Spot is up into
Big
and
shot,
Dan is
big shot.
out,
One of the Mercs is gone.
and that's a virtual safety car, and that's I don't know who that was with. I did not notice.
That
it
to
pipe
me
tech?
looked as though, I don't know who it was, but Dan was running in 8th, so it might have been Alex, potentially Simon, or the lanky one. I'm not sure who that was, but it looks to me as if Dan was on the right-hand side, up against the old pit wall, and whoever it was he was fighting with just closed the door. Mercedes out of the running, of course, which now leaves the championship hanging on Spud's shoulders. He has to score points tonight.
Yeah, and he's doing a fine job already. He's up to P3, and the majority of the drivers are on the medium tires. We have 2 drivers on softs and 1 driver on the hards, and that's the Williams of Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, and that's, to be fair, that's what, if I was going to rerun last night, that's what I would have gone for, I think, as a strategy. Gone for the mediums first, and then if you had a full safety car early on, or early enough, swap to the hards and run them through, because they weren't actually a bad tyre. But the softs were so much quicker. And I'm guessing, unless he's just been caught out, that it's the lanky one who was in that fight, because he's losing ground. No damage though, not that we can see.
Might be, and that is Charlie going for a dive on Griffin, and that's not worked out. That's Griffin almost spun around, and now the Simon is going for a move on both of them, and he's got ahead of the Aston Martin. He's going on the outside of the Alpine into turn one, but he backs out and just...
Oh, we've had a real mess there. Red Panda or Wakanda, one of them, has tried to get into the pit lane and taken the other with them.
Oh.
And Wakanda has been penalised for blocking the pit entry and actually been disqualified from the race.
Yeah, Wakanda is out, and Red Panda is disqualified.
Yeah. Pipe Tech has come in to change his front wing, so I think that confirms him as the second party in that incident early on. Full safety car is now out.
Yeah, that's unlucky for Wool. He had quite a big gap to Crypto behind. And Spot had quite a big gap to Crypto up ahead. So the top 3 were running decently.
But one Mercedes out and one Alfa Romeo running out of the points. Just to remind everybody, not that it was that long ago, Alfa Romeo need to outscore Mercedes by 27 points to win the championship. It's doable. And it's looking more and more likely as though it's going to be Spud who will stop them.
Yeah, Spud he was doing a really great start there. Got great drive on the start. And he just took it up the inside, and everyone was so focused on the outside line that he just got through.
Yeah. And I wonder if with some of the drivers it was the sort of, I'm going to take it easy and stay out of trouble. And we all know if you don't just go 100%, you end up with an accident. Because everyone expects you to go 100%. So.
Ooh, and Tiske is in.
Tiske in. This could be genius, or it could be a fatal error.
So he's
Hopefully he
trying
gets
something different.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets more luck than I did yesterday, because I did this and it did not work out.
Oh, he's changing his swing. That's why. So he's got damage. It might even be him with Dan.
It might have been, yeah. But both Alfa Romeos then in the wars.
So
we've got Andre in as well.
for now, the championship is in Merck's hands.
Mercedes hands, yeah. Realistically, from where we are right now, that order would need to flip completely, with the Alphas taking the double podium.
Yeah. And
long way to go, yeah.
Tires. Tiske is. So he's trying something different. I mean, I would as well.
Yeah, same. I mean, realistically, he could go soft from here as long as he's not tearing them apart. I mean, we're going to be lap 4 at the best, in the best case, lap 5 more than likely before we get racing again. So there's a chance he can make it work. Yeah, they're going to be horrible by the end, though.
Yeah, I mean, you might even go for the mediums as well, because they will have a better tire life, but they won't be that far off the softs as well. So it really depends what he wants to do in this race, what he sees best fit for the way he drives.
Yeah, I would say he's probably going to go to the reverse now, so he'll use.
A bit?
It is well spotted. It is. Rain is coming down.
That is, and it is safety car in this lap.
Ooh.
So this will be great for Tiske.
Yeah, it will. All those medium runners will be struggling for temperature. If the rain continues like this, he'll be able to charge through, and that's what I was about to say. He's going to go and try and charge his way through as many drivers as he can, pit early onto the mediums and undercut the guys towards the front, and then have to rely on some excellent defending and probably some fighting between the leaders to stay out ahead.
Yeah, so this might even work out in his favor because the rain is slowly coming down. It's not that bad yet. So we'll be starting now. He's going into the pits. So he's dropping the ball already. He's thinking that it will come down heavily. And Crypto is now leading away the pack. So Crypto is going into turn 1 and he will be leading the pack for this lap.
In onto the inters. He's going to have clear track, of course, which will be helpful for him, but you can't help but think he could have done with going another lap, really.
Yeah, I mean,
especially where he was.
Greasy. It might work out in his favor since such a long lap, but the rain, it's not coming down that heavily for now. And Tiske is already moving up. He's already up into P10. And Crypto is dropping Spot, and Alex is all over the rear end of that Mercedes. He's really trying. And Griffin is right behind Alex as well. So it's
Spot will be praying for the wet weather to come much quicker than it is. He is very good in the wet conditions.
Yeah.
When it's sort of this crossover period, he's not happy at all.
and Tiski just makes an inside move on Tichy into Puan. I forgot
Oh,
what turn it
Alex!
is.
Oh! New overalls, please, for car number 5. Alex will be clenching in there. Massive snap of oversteer. And I think that's the rain having an effect on some of the less draggy cars.
Yeah, I mean, some drivers might have even gone for wet into setup, so that might be why they weren't that quick in quali. And Griffin's all over him, and they are staying out, so it's not that bad yet. The dry tires are still the fastest tires out there, and that won't help Will at all.
Well, you say that. Will's not dropping back particularly. He's sort of holding his ground at around the 11-second mark.
Yeah, but then
So
again, he's burning out his tires as well.
True. Yeah. I mean, what he needs is for it to sort of. He needs it to go another lap. Let everyone just go past the pit entry and then it change.
Yeah.
Really. But we're starting to get a couple of drops now staying on the onboard camera. That's normally indicative of when the rain's heavy enough to sort of think about the change.
I mean, change should be here in just a bit of time. I think it might even be at this lap because the rain is starting to fall on the track. You can slowly see it.
Yeah, I think one of the big factors for that. Did you see the lock up for Spud into the bus stop? And at the end of that lap, it was huge plume of smoke coming off the inside front.
I didn't, but that is a good indicator that the tires are falling off a bit because of the temperatures. So it doesn't look too wet.
No, and Will's lost time this time round. He's lost about a second and a half.
Yeah, so it's not wet yet. And Crypto is doing all he needs to do in front. He's driving really well. Really composing himself for now. Spud is no longer directly under pressure from Alex behind. He's not looking up for the chicane now. And I don't think I see anyone going in. So it's definitely still dry tires. Yo,
Lanky one is it? Let's have a look, see what he's going to go for. The Alpine crew are ready.
He will try and go for the inside, I would assume, as I think we might have an overtake on track here. I think they're lifting in Aruch and Radia now, so no, we won't have a move. Or will we? As I say that, we had a move. Mun's getting past Tiska, so he's having a bit of pace in these conditions.
Tiski's progress has just stalled slightly, hasn't it, since he made his way past Titch? I know he's had that gap to bridge, but Mon's making his way back past him, I assume. Are those softs maybe getting towards the end of that advantage?
The soft tires drop off quite quickly around here, that's the thing. They might even already be around 20% of tire wear. That's the thing with the soft tires. They really drop in pace quite quickly. You can clearly tell that the rain is starting to affect the way that they're driving, as Mons is now catching up to the drivers up ahead, and Charlie and I don't know how to say his name. Is it Simon?
Simon, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Simon. And Charlie gets a 3-second time penalty already, so that's quite early on. And
Tichy's really struggling. Pipe Tech has made his way past Andre and Tichy in the space of the run up to Blanchimont, and Tichy's coming in.
He will hope that he can do something. Yeah, but those tires will definitely have died.
Yeah, I mean you can see he's been overtaken by the lanky one, and he's nearly 5 seconds down already. Unless he's made a mistake, that's purely tyre life. And I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him back in again.
Yeah, and Griffin now overtaking Alex. So he will be heading into P3, and he will say thank you for the podium place, mate. So
yep.
He will now try and see if he can catch up to Spot up ahead. Grab that DRS. But these are the really tricky conditions, because in these conditions, a minor mistake might even just affect you even more than a bigger mistake in normal dry conditions.
Charlie's had a mistake there. Tiski and Mons both getting through.
Yeah, and Tiski is ahead of Mons now. So he will look to get past the Haas up ahead. And then we'll look forward. Ooh, and Mons is really struggling behind. I've just noticed he went super wide in Puan, and Tiski is struggling as well. So the tires are definitely falling a bit off by now.
It's still not wet enough yet. That's the crucial thing, that so many drivers have gone in and they have no choice. I mean, if they know that the rain is going to intensify or it's going to stay, they haven't really got a choice. They've got to just stick with it and hope that the timing's good for them to take advantage of it.
Yeah. Oh, and that's a crash I just saw in the background, and that's Charlie in the wall, and Mons is out, and that was one hell of a crash. I just saw two guys going straight.
Yeah, Alex and Tiski making their way into the pit lane, along with Simon, Pipe Tech. I would imagine Charlie will be in as well to repair any damage.
Ooh, and
Will we
Spot!
see? Oh, Spot! He'll get away with it.
Yeah, just
losing the
of
one
the safety
place.
car.
And the fact that Crypto's got ahead of the safety car means he's not going to lose out massively, but he will have to stick to Delta now. And that could cost him a couple of positions when he gets back round. He might have to stay out and grin and bear this. They've all gone for intermediates.
Yeah, and Tichy's actually he's made up quite a bit of time. He will have fresher tires than the lanky one, but he won't have fresher tires than the guys out ahead.
No, but I don't think his race is with the guys out ahead of him. I mean, one of them is his teammate for the evening, in Simon. Tiski is one who should be fighting at the front, same with Alex. I think Titchy's real race is with Pipe Tech and the lanky one for this, for P7, really. Charlie behind him will be coming through, I would say.
I mean, I would assume he would. But I was one big crash. It was full speed into the barriers. I'm surprised Charlie is not out.
Do you know, we had one similar to that last night, but on the opposite side of the track. So it was on the left into the braking zone of the bus stop. And it was very similar to that. And I remember when I went to Spa last year, there was a crash in the same place, but it was one driver ended up in the barriers there on the outside of Blanchimont, and his car caught fire.
See, that's a good thing about virtual racing. No fires involved.
I was really annoyed because the red flag came out. I was like, oh, come on, it's not that bad. He's just gone into the wall. Just get safety. And then I saw the black smoke coming off it. I thought, oh, okay, that might be why. He was fine, so I don't need to feel bad about it.
I mean, the cars nowadays are so safe. It's incredible.
Yeah.
They've really done well to improve safety in motorsports by now. Crypto going out in the lead.
Alex going to beat Spud out of the pits? No, he's not.
So Spud hasn't lost out totally, which is a bit of an embarrassing spin, I would say, on the safety car in the first turn.
Yeah, but he's only lost one position, and I think if you're going to have a spin, that's probably the way to do it, as embarrassing as it'll be.
Yeah. I mean, having a spin is normal.
Yeah.
I mean, spins happen when you're pushing, but he didn't have a reason to push, and that might be why he just got cut off.
I think I was talking about this last week as well, but do you find when a safety car comes out or there's a VSC or something, I really struggle to sort of judge cornering properly because you're not at full speed. And you're so used to being able to just throw it in at a certain speed at a certain time.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I think sometimes people get cut off and they get warnings on the safety cars because they expect the car to like behave like they normally do, but they're not going the speeds they normally do. So I think it's a thing to learn how to adjust to.
Yeah, and it sounds so pathetic because you think, well, you're just going slowly, just drive the car, and but you get into a headspace where you have to sort of focus so much because the closing speeds and the speeds you're doing are still the same as the real sport. You just don't have the sort of physical exertion, so you're still having to think at 150, 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And getting out of that headspace is quite difficult.
Yeah, you're kind of breaking that flow you're in, and then getting into that flow is really difficult as the safety car's in again. So Crypto will be trying to get into that flow state of mind again. As you can see, there's actually a bit of water on track now, so it's definitely getting a bit wetter.
No spray yet, though.
No spray yet, and Crypto has gone already, I think. Has he gone? He has gone. So Griffin is right behind and almost spins.
A little bit too eager on the power, didn't he? Coming out of the bus stop. That's going to compromise any attack he could have had on Crypto. And Crypto's already gone. Look at that, 1.3 already.
Yeah, he's really he's been flying tonight, hasn't he? He's not looking in his mirrors, and Tisk is all over the rear of Alex, and Alex actually goes a bit wide in Radiant, so this might set up Tiski for a move. Yeah. No, he does not have the straight on speed.
No, he's not pushing out the
link
one. No. Nice work from Titch. Yeah, Tiski wasn't even trying for it there. He wasn't using his ERS. He was just sitting in the slipstream.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to be smart about your moves in the wet. Oh, and Lanky1 getting past again. I think Titchy's made a mistake. Yeah, he has. He's definitely made a mistake. And Charlie is almost spun around.
Oh, here we go. Tiski on Alex. Alex with a really poor run through no-name corner. Tiski down the inside into Puon. Takes 4th place. Next up, Constructors' Championship rival in Spod.
Yeah.
Spod plays his game right. You just let Tiski go because it doesn't matter what Spod does with Tiski. If Tiski can win with the fastest lap, as long as Spod scores more points than Pipesec, title goes back to Brackley with Mercedes.
Yeah, you have to play this smart if you're Spudhead, because you're not really. I mean, you still want to do well, but you want to think about the championship, don't you?
Yeah, it's how much of the driver's instinct of you're not coming past me, I want to win, is there still in there, and how much of it is going to be. Because I know he's in a party with some of the other guys. Dan will still be in there with him, of course. Titchy as well, I think, and they'll all be working together within their own teams, obviously, but they'll all be working together to sort of coach one another round in a race. And it's, I don't know about you. I think it's definitely swapped to Inters though now. We're getting some spray off the back of the cars.
Yeah, you can really see the rain is on track now. So it would have been like a lap or two more on dries, and then, but Charlie getting past Titchy now. So he will. Ooh, and there's a yellow flag, and that's pipe tech into the wall. And
yeah, just went on board with Will and Sirotkin, and a bit of an aggressive move there from Will into Lecom, but gave the position back. The game didn't want him to, but yeah, they've sorted it out between them by the look of things.
Yeah, Will is really far down.
Him and Sirotkin were way back when the safety car came in. And then he struggled to get past Sirotkin since the restart. He's only managed it there with, like I say, quite an aggressive move. And we'll see what his pace is like now. course, he was right up at the front in qualifying. On pole, even, wasn't
Yeah, he was on pole by 3 thousandths.
he? Yeah.
And
So,
ooh, Griffin out braking himself into the bus stop. That he almost took out Crypto by braking that late. And he
wow,
even had a second gap.
that is late.
And
I think it stopped.
Andre is in the pits. So that
Maybe-
moves Charlie up into P8 and Tichy into P9. And Wu is now into the points.
Let's see what Andre's going to go for. And Andre's gone for full wets, I think.
No, he's on Inters, isn't he? He's
See,
changed
I've
his
got
front wing.
No, he's not changed the wing. He's just come in for a change of tyres. Now it's updated. Yeah, when the tyres went onto the car, it looked blue. And then, obviously, the graphic on the side.
Alex getting a 3-second time penalty as he's drifting through the corners now. He's really struggling in these conditions. Oh, and Tichy's out.
Tichy's safety car is out. Andre will be cursing that one. Tichy's lost it on the exit of Le Com, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's... I mean, it's quite easy to do in these conditions. It's minus lap of oversteer and you're into the wall.
I'm trying to think, who was it who crashed there really a couple of seasons ago? Was it Danny Kvyat? Put it into the wall there.
Yeah, I think it might be. You know, Kvyat, he's got balls of steel.
Yeah, true. I think it was. I remember way back when I think Luciano Berti put it in the wall there back in the 90s.
Oh, I don't even know who that is. That's before my time.
Unfortunately, it's the very beginning of mine. I know a man who will know. Normally he'd be racing tonight in the Wizard, but he's not. I don't know what he's doing. I'll have to have words.
Griffin is in. Spud is in. Tiske is in. Alex is in. Simon is in. Spud Crypto has been left out.
Yeah, Crypto he's the one in the position there where he can only lose, because of course if he comes in, everyone else stays out. If he stays out, everyone else comes in. Fresh set of tyres on the cars, and they're off and away. So it'd be interesting to see what his pace advantage is like now, with Crypto on used intermediates, everyone else on a brand new set.
Yeah, but then again, Sorokin with some wet tyres.
See how that goes. It doesn't look like it's going to be
full wet.
Yeah, heavy enough for full wets.
But he was at the rear, so he might as well just try something. I mean, there's nothing wrong with just trying something and hoping it works out. That's what Wood did in the start, and it didn't work out at all.
No, it didn't. But of course, he's got a chance now. He's ahead of Sorokin, who was this tricky obstacle last time we had a safety car. So he will have a chance now to sort of push his way back through. Do you know, I'm saying that it's not going to get heavy enough for full wets.
It's definitely coming down now.
Yeah, and the spray coming off the back of Sorokin's car, and the fact there's no real line showing. He might do all right off this.
It's getting quite heavy rain all of a sudden. It's really bad.
I think the one saving grace for them all on Inters is that the clouds aren't particularly dark. It's still pretty bright. So if it is heavy enough, I don't think it's going to stay that heavy.
No, it might not. But then again, it is Spa, isn't it? So
yeah, anything can happen.
Hopefully, we won't need to red flag this session.
Fingers crossed. I mean, if it red flags, we'll need to restart because it's supposed to not be on. I turned it off, I promise.
I promise.
He says, praying that the game doesn't glitch and put a red flag in.
That would be hilarious, wouldn't it?
It would be good, wouldn't it?
Sending all the drivers out on hard tires in full wet conditions.
Oh,
That would
imagine.
be the F1 23 games way of saying fuck you.
Yeah, definitely. Right, so everyone on fresh tyres then, with the exception of Crypto, who is leading, who sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place, between coming in and staying out. And Pipe Tech 1 lap older than everybody else is, but he's kind of coming now, changes set. I wonder if he's going to go for full wets as well.
I mean, he might as well. It's definitely coming down really hard as of right now. Yeah, he is. That is the full wedge coming onto the car.
Yeah, nice.
So he's
Now
going for it.
we've got some interest.
Yeah, he's. I mean, this might even work out for Crypto again, because I mean, the tires he's on, they're not that worn again, because most of the time he did on them was on the safety car.
True.
So they might even only have like 8 to 10% more than the guys behind.
Yeah, of course that's manageable if he can get himself a bit of a gap.
Yeah, and then again, you really have to have a pace advantage in the wets to get past. And Griffin was barely holding into that 1 second margin, and he was making a bit of mistakes. So he will try and stop making mistakes and just see if he can get past.
Spud's got to think about his championship battle.
Yeah.
So with Pipe Tech now down in P12, not scoring any points, all Spud has to do is finish in the top 10.
Yeah.
There's nothing that Tiski can do.
Yeah, this is really weird all of a sudden. You can really tell that the rain is just coming down. Even the curbs are insanely wet. You can see how slippery they are. So
Yep, safety car coming in.
So
I'm going to hang on to the two guys on wets and just see
that is a good choice.
how those tyres are going to be working for them.
Yeah. So Crypto will be restarting once again tonight. He's been the only guy restarting the races. So he is going through the last turn now. The infamous bus stop chicane. And he's going in to the pits. And so is Griffin. And Tiski is out. He's restarting the race. Everyone is going in.
And this is where Sirotkin and Pipe Tech really need to push on. They can make up some real time here. Crypto onto the full wets. Same for Spud and for Griffin.
Definitely full wet conditions, you can tell. Look how much water is on track. Tiski is almost losing it in Aruj and Radian.
And the thing is, the guys who've stayed out, Sirotkin has to catch a snap through Radion. Put him under pressure from Pipe Tech now, running down the Camel Straight. Pipe Tech to the outside. Side by side we go.
And Pipe Tech is ahead.
Alfa Romeo out in front. Right, so as it stands right now, Mercedes will lose the Constructors' Championship. Alfa Romeo will take it.
And we have a yellow flag, and that is Crypto. Crypto has spun.
Oh, cold, wet tyres.
And it's been an incident, I think.
Yeah.
And Griffin is in the wall.
Yeah, Lanky one as well. They're both down there. And the safety car's back out. This could fall in Tiski's favour.
You know, that's... I don't know what to say about that. I was looking at Griffin as he just slowly went into the wall. And he's been disqualified. I would assume he's just got really mad at himself and just left the car running.
Yeah, maybe, or he could have got beached on something. You never know. I mean, potentially should have reset to track, but in that situation, the frustration is going to show, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So, will the leading four pit, or will they stay out?
I would assume you would pit. You almost get a free pit stop here, don't you? Yeah,
Well, they do now because
he is
Spud is
pitting.
holding right back. He's dropped 3 seconds to them all ahead of him. More than that now. He needs to pick up the pace.
So they're all going in now.
Not Andre. Andre's staying out.
Andre is staying out. That's a
He's
bold
going
choice.
for it.
He is one bold man. He's hoping that the rain slows down. He will be able to stay on the inters. Everyone else will need to pit. And Tiskin, look at him. He's in such a great position. Fresh,
I mean,
wet
what I
tires.
don't understand there, Spud dropped so far back. Like, he dropped maybe 4 seconds on his delta compared to Sirotkin at Labine. And he's given Tiski, Alex, and Will essentially a free stop.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The game sometimes doesn't give you an equal delta to the guys ahead.
True. So as it stands right now then, fastest lap point is going to Tiski. He's currently in 4th place. That would give him 13 points. Pike Tech in 2nd place would get 18, so between them that's 31. Spud in P7 gets 6. Right now, Mercedes win the championship by 1 point.
And so small margins. And
Yep.
you know, it just takes that Andre's losing the car, spinning, and then it's all in the of a Romero's hands.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't want to put a downer on it, but you've got to think that Tiski's going to get past Sirotkin, and he's going to get past Pipe Tech as well. And Andre is going to be a sitting duck on intermediates.
Yeah, Andre won't have the grip, and he will really struggle to get heat into those tires.
I mean, Spud, in order to guarantee himself, to guarantee his team the championship, regardless of what Alfa Romeo do, he needed to finish 2nd with the fastest lap. That's not going to happen unless it dries out before the end.
And that's almost impossible with this rain coming down and only 6 laps to go.
Yeah, so he's going to need to try and get himself further up. I mean, to be realistic, I think it's plausible that Tiski can get himself up and take the win from there. So that's 26 points. It's all going to depend on what Pipe Tech does.
Yeah.
Alpha need to outscore Mercedes by 26 points to go to countback, 27 points to take it outright.
This is really tense.
Yeah, it's so close. We've got another lap behind the safety car. Lap 18, we will restart by the sound of things. Or by the look of things, I should say.
Yep.
I'm trying to do some maths in terms of the positions that Spud would need to be able to hold on for Mercedes, but there's so many different variables in play.
And then again, he's not been that quick in the wets, has he? He's been slower than Crypto in the inters, and he's been slower than Alex in the inters.
Which is strange for Spud, but to be fair to him, we've not really had any clear running, have we? We've had maybe 2 laps of race laps behind the on the wets rather, and the rest have been behind the safety car. So
yeah,
he might be okay once we get going again. I mean, the key thing for him is to not lose any places. He can afford to. Yeah. If he doesn't finish, then it really blows it open for Alfa Romeo.
Then it's just Tiski winning, and then it's basically the championship for them.
Yeah.
I think we still need a few points, I would assume.
Yeah, Tiski. Well, if Tiski wins the race, or rather, if any of them win the race, or either of them, I should say, if either of them win the race, then if Tiski wins the race with the fastest lap and there's no point scorers for Mercedes, it will go to countback, and Alfa Romeo would win it on race wins with this win.
And that's plenty for Simon.
He's gone into the back of Spud.
There might even be damage for the house driver. But the safety car will be in this lap. As you predicted, Dan.
Oh, you see, it's almost like I'm the Oracle. So, looking at the driver standings in while we wait for the safety car to come in and Andre to restart, Alex would be securing his third place in the championship as it stands right now.
But he does have that 3-second penalty.
Yeah, Will would be getting himself into fourth place. Charlie would be jumping up as well. He would be jumping up ahead, and potentially, if he can get himself one more place, he'd actually be jumping up into fifth.
See, that's not bad. But we are restarting now. Andre is the guy restarting. Alex is in the pits. Don't know what
That
for.
helps Spud. I'll jump on and have a look.
Is really attacking Andre. Andre is really struggling on those inters. He's having a rough time at it.
Alex is going back to inters. It's not over yet. We've got more drama if this plays off.
Ooh, and Sorokin is off the road, and Tiski is almost off as well. So Tiski into P3 now. Will is getting through as well. So Sorokin struggling.
Yeah, so P2 and P3 with the fastest lap. That's 34 points between them. But Spud in P6, there's 8. Which
and Andre is
is
away.
just what he needs.
He's pulling away. And Pipetic almost losing it. And Tiski is right behind.
I'm keeping an eye on Alex because he's gone back to the inters and he is starting to close in. I wonder, is it going to dry up a little bit? There's a bit of a line appearing.
I mean, it does look like that because Pipetic is really struggling on the wet tires. He's running wide everywhere and he's almost losing the car as well. They might even be overheating those wet tires.
The crucial thing now is what do the others do? Alex's charge forward has stalled a little bit. He's holding the gap, but the fact he's holding it and not losing time means that he's probably on the faster tyre, and now he's making a load of time through the middle sector.
Yeah, Tiski is being pushed along by Will, and Charlie getting another 3-second time penalty, and they're staying out. And Will is trying to switch back and out of the last corner. He's almost losing the car and exit there. I mean, just
Crypto, Charlie, Simon, and the Lanky One all having a great fight there. Simon and Lanky One coming into the pits. And they're going to go back to inters, I think.
Pipetic has to let Tiski through.
And the inters are by far the quicker tyre. Alex was 3 seconds faster on that lap, and he came into the pits. So he's really, really motoring.
Yeah, he's trying his best. But again, he needs to pull a gap.
The thing is, we're going to have 3.5 laps to go from here. Is it worth it for the leaders?
That's the thing. I mean...
Oh, Will's got himself ahead of Pipetek. Massive for the championship battle. That puts it right in Mercedes' court. I was about to say, Spud needs to get Sorokin to secure it. But as it stands right now...
And Pipetek is going for it. He's going on the inside. Oh, he stays back. He's not too aggressive. I mean, Alex hasn't gained a lot. As of now, at least.
No, but it's all been straight line, don't forget. It's the middle sector now where he's going to start to really close up through the corners. Pipetek's gone! He's lost it! He's out!
Into the wall!
All Spud has to do is finish the race!
Charlie has hit him as well.
Yeah.
That's a 5-second penalty for Charlie.
How's he got a penalty for hitting a retired car?
That is F1 for you.
Oh, come on, Cody. So what are you doing to us?
Well, Tiski is catching up to Andre as well. It might not be as clear as we thought because Andre is on really one.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter now. In terms of the championship, all Spud has to do is finish. Even if he scores 1 point for 10th, that's it. That's all he needs, and it goes to Mercedes with Pike Tech not scoring.
Ooh, Charlie and Spud going side by side. Spud is just falling back.
Yeah, that's all he needs to do. He just needs to finish now. Doesn't matter where. Like you said, it's 26 points between the two teams. Tiski with a win and the fastest lap only gets himself 26. It then goes to countback, which would then go in Alpha's favour unless Spud can score that one all-important point.
Yeah, he's really just taking it slow. He's trying to just stay on the road. He's just playing it smart now, isn't he?
He is, and the things there'll be people talking to him. They'll be telling him all of this. He might even have the stream on. I don't know. Just got to nurse it home. But Tiski, to have any chance, needs to get himself ahead of Andre. It's not put all the pressure on Spud. Tiski's got to make a move to keep this fight alive.
Yeah, and Andre is struggling on those inters, it looks like.
Yeah, Alex closing up to the back of Crypto as well. So the fresh inters are working well. It's the worn inters that are now starting to struggle.
Oh, Tiski almost losing it. And that puts Will right up his rear, and will go for it. He's going side by side. It will be side by side.
Oh, this can only end well.
This is...
Oh, well driven, the pair of them. Tiski backs out of it. I wonder if the game thought that he made an illegal overtake there. Oh, and it's a mistake from Andre into the bus stop. He's locked up, I think. Look how close everybody is now.
Ooh, this is really tense.
To start the penultimate lap then, lap 21 of 22. Tiski down to third.
Simon getting a penalty now.
Yeah, so he's at the back. It doesn't really matter to him, let's be honest, unless the lanky one picks a penalty up, but it's not going to happen, I don't think. Tiski needs to clear both of these cars. Will, though, going for it.
Yeah, he wants that win.
Started on pole, made the wrong strategy call early to go to intermediates. But it's worked out in the end somehow. He's managed to claw his way back up the field, and now he's challenging for the victory with a lap and a half to go. Through Brussels corner now, heading down towards No Name, which they've given a name since, but everyone knows it as No Name corner.
And Crypto getting ahead of Spud now.
Yeah, Spud doing what he needs to do.
Yeah.
He can let Alex through as well, it doesn't matter. Tiski.
Yeah.
Kick of oversteer through Puon. He's burnt the rear tyres out, I think.
Yeah, I think he might be struggling with a bit of overheating by now, because the Inter's definitely the tire to be on. You can tell by the track.
Yeah, and even Andre's pulling away from Will, who was right behind him at the start of the lap, and he's just motored on the worn tyres. Tiski's giving it everything, and fair play to the guy. He has really, really pushed to try and make some sort of championship charge, but ultimately, as it stands right now, it's not going to matter. We are over the 90% mark, so points will be given for any driver who retires from this point onwards.
Yes.
So,
and Alex going for a dive into the last corner on Crypto. That's a long way back, and he gets the car slow because those Inters are perfect.
Gets touched there, the rear wheel by Crypto, but the Red Bull man lets him go.
Yeah, I just think that's because the wets is so understeery by now.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to be really clearing the water, are they? They're going to have burnt down to being almost slick at this point. If it really is as dry as, well, we say as dry as we think it is, it's still obviously damp out there.
Yeah, getting close again, but he won't be able to do this. I think the Inters are way too quick.
Yeah, way too quick in through the corners, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Spud just needs to make it to the end now and not get himself disqualified. There's no penalties coming his way that we can think of. At least nothing we've seen anyway. So just make it round the lap.
Either way, he will be good because he won't be disqualified because of penalties. And that's Alex going on the inside of Sorokin and now ahead of Sorokin.
Yeah. And of course, we can look away from the championship battle. Charlie with 11 seconds of penalties. 5 of those potentially can be removed because he had a collision penalty warning for hitting a retired driver, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't make any sense. It
Yeah,
wasn't
he's
even a
not going to
proper
serve it.
touch.
No,
Just
he's not
scratched
going to
the
serve
car.
that penalty. Yeah, so yeah, not going to serve it, so he can appeal it and get it removed. That's going to take his penalty down to 6 seconds. That will still, unfortunately for him, drop him to what looks like
P8.
P9.
Yeah, P9.
Oh, Will! 3 seconds at the death. Ran wide at Blanchimont.
And that is gonna
The gap to Tiski is so close.
good.
But he's just pulled it out. Tiski with a poor final chicane.
Has he done it? Has Wood done it? He's just about done
Oh! Spod, he's let the lanky one go. He's done all he needs to do. Tiski could only finish third. It's not enough anyway. But here comes Spod to cross the line to take P9 and with it take the Constructors' Championship back home with that Mercedes team. Been hard fought all season long. A late Alfa Romeo charge.
Andre winning the last race of the season. It's not someone
And
you
it
really
was
expect to win, but you
no.
expect them to have an outside chance when weather appears like this.
Yeah, and of course he's a reserve from EU4 as well, so really, really doing his doing himself no disservice at all, and putting in a great performance.
Yeah. I mean, those weather conditions were really, really. It's hard to judge what's gonna be fastest. And it's like that.
Yeah, and I have to say he took a real gamble on it. Stayed out on the intermediates, and it really, really paid off. Great job from Andre. Takes the final win, and I believe that's his first ever win in COS, I want to say.
He's won before me.
It was very much so. Yeah, very well deserved.
Will P2, he's still waiting on his first win.
Yep.
And
yeah.
Tiski P3, he's got that fastest lap.
Yes. Needs 10 points from somewhere though.
They won't just appear.
No.
Alex with the P4, he's done a great job on those inters. Serok P5, Crypto P6, Lanky P7, P8 is Spot, Charlie, and then Simon is last. So we will. Oh, I'm still coughing.
You do that, I will do my usual and get some plugs going. So, for all of you watching, all of you lovely people at home, thank you very much for doing so. We hope you have enjoyed the show. If you have, this is the final week of our season, unfortunately, before we take a well-deserved break over Christmas and the festive period. We'll be back at the end of January, but you can watch more races this week. So if you tune in to our Twitch channel, so twitch.tv/cos_Formula1, you'll be able to check out racings in EU2 and EU1 tomorrow and Thursday, 9 PM in the UK. And you'll be able to watch the AM tiers, so that's AM 3, 2, and 1 from AM 2 and 1 rather, sorry, from tonight at 2 AM in the UK. That's 9 PM Eastern, and that's tonight and tomorrow. You'll be able to watch those. Make sure you check out the social media as well, so you get to see all the latest stuff for next season. Get to keep an eye on what's going on in terms of Christmas events, because there will be some. There's always at least one. We like a good festive race. And you'll be able to pick yourself up some merch from our merch store. Contestofspeed.live cos.com/merch. And if you're a fan of COS and you want to support the league, make sure you pick something up in time for Christmas.
So that's it.
So,
Well, um, I'm waiting for confirmation if they want to do interviews or not. So you're a bit too faster then.
oh, it's fine. I can talk more.
Yeah, just keep talking.
Contest of Speed will also be entering the annual 24 Hours of F1, hosted by the League of Europe. It's a charity event, and there'll be a 24-hour stream. We'll post all of that information up on our social channels, so you'll be able to see what's going on. We actually have 2 teams in it this year. So we have the COS League team, made up of drivers in the league. I believe you're racing in that one, are you, Hako?
I am.
Yes. And then we have the ECOS team, so the esports arm of Contest of Speed. They're entering a team as well. Perennial entries we are. We love taking part. We love supporting the event. And it's a great opportunity to show off the sort of community and the league standards we have on, well, a global stage now. And like I say, it's a charity event, so all proceeds go to a very good cause. That's happening over the weekend of the 16th and 17th of December, so in just under 2 weeks' time. And we will host a stream on our Twitch channel if you want to watch it. You can also head over to 24 Hours of F1 on Twitter and Twitch to be able to watch it live.
Definitely. It will be a great event.
It will. It'll be good. I'll be doing the full 24 hours engineering for everybody.
Unfortunately.
Oh no, I love it, man. I love it. To be fair, I got all but 2 races last year.
I mean, that's...
And then I just crashed after 22 races.
It's a bit of a long time to stay awake, but it's a great event. It's a great way to show support.
Yes. And you know, we've been building year on year with results. Although it's not about the result, obviously taking a positive from it as a team is always a good thing. So we're looking for a top 5 finish from one of the teams this year to continue the improvement. See how we go. It's not looking promising, is it, for interviews? Yeah.
No, we don't. We rarely get interviews in EU3, which is unfortunate. But it's not obligatory for people to interview. And if you don't speak the language, well, it's completely understandable.
And of course, some people don't have mics and everything linked up to their PCs or their consoles, so it's understandable. But if that's the case, then I think we'll have to round off for the evening and indeed the season from EU3.
Yes, it's been such a great season.
And it's flown by, hasn't it?
Yeah, it
really has gone quick.
I got in mid-season as a commentator, and I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure joining you, and, albeit late starting.
Yeah,
every week.
Mid-race, all the time. It's been lovely.
Yeah, it's been great. And of course, as much as we've had fun together commentating on these races, we hope you all at home have enjoyed the show as well. As we've said already, thank you very much for watching. Tune in for the rest of the races this week. If you want to catch up on any of the races you've missed from the season, there have been 16 in total, including this one. Head over to our YouTube channel, which you can find on all the Linktree stuff in the bios and everything. And you can watch back most of the 12 seasons we've had so far of Contest of Speed, stretching all the way back to F1 18.
Oh, I haven't even played that game.
Yeah, back when it was like really glitchy. Great days. But thank you all again very much for watching. From me for the season, it's goodbye, and we'll see you in the new year. Merry Christmas, and have a great time.
Yeah, happy holidays, everyone, and thanks for this season. It's been great. Thanks for everyone for being here. Goodbye, and we'll see you guys next season. I guess.